I was gonna lose it if she said I'm not strong enough. Okay. Where are we now? Archaeological dig. Okay. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, the scale of it is so small. You're gonna move little tiny, little itty bitty bit of dirt with it. Wow. Why does it look like that? It's so. There's a guy. Holy fuck. I. That's really funny, by the way. It's just so funny. Hey, ici là. Are you? I think. Wow, why is the scale so weird on these objects? Everything is so small. Everything is so tiny. Look how tiny these barrels are. Barrels. What are you doing, barrels? It's difficult for me to... Oh, no, I'm out of fucking ammo. Desert Eagle? It's difficult for me to really quantify how to feel about the series at this point. I have, in an effort to do more research about why the games are like this, I have watched many other YouTubers do deep dives into the development process of these games, and from what I understand, it was an absolute nightmare. And this one especially basically was unfinished up until like 8 months before its release, which is just simply not enough time. Before we go in there, let's go... yeah. Before we go in there, let's go this way. Let's also save. This game was just not given enough time to really... Maybe we do want to go in there first. That looks like a whole thing. This game was just not given enough time to flourish. And all the rest of the games, individually, were not given enough time to really become what they needed to be. The fuck? Oh, are we X-raying the ground? Or looking for symbol? Maybe we have to dig where we find the symbol once we find shovel or something. We'll come back here in a moment. Speaking about this game specifically, I find it to be better than the first 5, again, specifically because of this engine. The gameplay itself was always the thing holding this franchise back. But this game has a lot of systemic issues that still persist. In addition to a lot of new issues that weren't present before. or were present in smaller quantity. I think that this game has two major flaws that don't necessarily kill the experience quite as much as the previous games did, because the act of actually playing those previous 5 games was just awful, because the gameplay itself was just miserable. But the setting for me is just too weird to take it seriously as a Tomb Raider game. And the gameplay doesn't feel... These last couple of levels have been different, for sure. But the game doesn't feel quite as Tomb Raider specific as previous Tomb Raider games were. Imagine this guy. Imagine me sitting in this thing. It'd be like when you're like you see the clowns on the tiny like motorcycles, bicycles. What was I speaking about? The setting and what we're doing in the game doesn't make a lot of sense. Ow. You know what? I wanted to use a health pack anyway. I'm fine with it. It doesn't make a lot of sense what we're actually doing. We're not raiding tombs at all. We haven't been in a tomb all game. We've been in the Parisian streets, which is fine. It just doesn't feel thematically correct, and it doesn't feel consistent with the rest of the series in terms of its pacing or its gameplay or its design. None of it feels right, if that makes sense. None of it feels consistently what I would even consider to be Tomb Raider. What is that? That might change here in a minute. And the secondary thing that is tremendously frustrating. I don't think I can. There we go. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't think I can make this. Nice. Anyway, as I was saying, the biggest systemic issue for me is core design's either inability or reluctance to put any sort of navigational assist into the game in any way. I'm totally fine with the levels being designed in a confusing and or convoluted way, so long as there is a fail-safe backup for the player to be able to use if they get stuck or lost. And the problem with every single one of these Tomb Raider games has been that there is no way for me as a player... This is cool. Huh. Okay, that's something we're gonna have to figure out. Oh. Right. So we need the code so that we can open this. Is there a shortcut back here? Because I'm not about to run back into that room, find the code, and climb all the way back up. I will simply look up what the code is. I'll simply just look it up. Exhaust what feels like, whether it obviously isn't, but what feels like every single possible option and combination of every single spot that you could go in a room. Not find success. Not be able to get out or do much of anything. Not be able to find your way to where you need to go. Actually, that symbol was the one that we saw before. That fourth one? That one? That should be correct. I think. That one. I wonder if the notebook has any. Go all the way to the right here. Oh, the two missing symbols are hidden close by the buttress. The first one is the crescent moon. The second one is unknown. The third one is unknown. And the fourth one is that dragon thing. So upside down crescent moon and the tree dragon looking thing. So this one is wrong then. I'm fine with complex level design. Enjoy complex level design. Complex level design makes games more interesting, more unique, more dynamic, more fun to play. But you have to have some type of fallback system so that the player doesn't get entirely frustrated and give up. I think I just passed the... Oh no, there it is. And for me, that's what is the most frustrating part of these games. Is I enter a room and I feel like I exhaust every option. I look at every door, I look at every window, I look at every possible spot or an interactable that I can interact with, and there's just nothing. There's just nothing. And I have that moment of, I could be here all day and never find the solution, and then I go to a different YouTuber's video so that I can see where I'm supposed to go next, and the actual solution is to go to some random obscure spot that doesn't even look like it can be interacted with. I've seen this symbol before, so I'm gonna assume this is what is correct. And let's go. And the actual solution for the room is to go to some random obscure corner and interact with something that in a million years on my own I never would have figured out without the help of a guide. Zero chance. Like, it's not even for a lack of trying. There's no chance if you made me play this game for hours on end that I would have figured out the solution to some of these puzzles. Zero. There's just no chance. And much like how I felt about playing Dark Souls, for example, or playing Elden Ring. Elden Ring was much better. Sekiro was much better as well in that franchise. But playing Dark Souls, the biggest problem throughout the entire time playing Dark Souls was the fact that I just didn't... Oh, the handstand still exists. Nice. Good. I'm glad that that still exists. My biggest frustration playing those games was not having a sense of direction and not knowing where to go next. Just having a fail-safe fallback system where the player can go, am I on the right path? And to press a button and go, yep, I'm on the right path. Or no, I'm not on the right path. Here's where I need to go to correct my pathing and move forward with the game. That's all you need. It's not like you need some kind of like super ultra detailed guide on where to go and how to get there and all of that different stuff. It's just damn. Some form of navigational assist would have tremendously benefited this game and all the previous games, especially Tomb Raider 4. Tomb Raider 4 with a map that shows an X on where you need to go would have been the best game in the franchise. It still is my favorite one, aside from this one. I think if the gameplay and navigation of Tomb Raider 4 were better, it would be my favorite one. It's just that the gameplay is so horrible because of that engine that the core experience of playing it is just not fun. And because the core experience of playing the game is not fun, the game suffers tremendously for it. Anyways, that's how I feel about it so far. This game is so much of an improvement, but it just suffers from a lot of the same like that. With you all just saw it. You all just saw Lara Croft literally twice in a row completely phase through the thing that she was landing on. She just phased through it. I touched the thing. I touched the big wooden beam. And my character just phased right through it and fell to her death. Oh, they brought the poison mechanic back, I see. And bats give it to you. That's great. Excuse the fuck out of me! Jesus Christ, it wrecks me. This one cures poison. That's the antidote. This is just antidote. I guess I'll use a large health pack. And then save. And from what I understand about the development of this game, and to be fair, all of the core design, original Tomb Raider games, the development process, you gotta be fucking kidding me. The development process for these games are something that I do not envy anybody to go through. Because annualization in the games industry fucking blows, and is dog shit, and is not good. And has ruined countless franchises from Assassin's Creed to Call of Duty over the years. To Tomb Raider. And so I do feel a degree of sympathy towards these developers for what they had to go through in making these games. That doesn't mean that they're free of criticism or free of failure. Like what is that? I don't. You see where I'm at right now here. I don't physically know where to go here. Just just as an aside before I just go to the next section. I don't know where to go. I've interacted with this thing, it's uninteractable. There's no spot on this floor that I can interact with at all. That seems to be the only thing below me that I can jump to, but as far as I can tell from that spot, there's nothing that's safe to jump to from there at all, in any way. I can't go there, I can't go there, I can't go there, I can't go there, I can't go there. I might be able to go there, but I'm not sure. And if I go there, the only spot that I can jump to is down there, and that looks like I would take a ton of fall damage if I go there. As far as I'm concerned, at this point in time, there's nowhere further to progress the game at this juncture at all. None. So, while I was on the right track, the actual solution to this is to jump here, and then to make a jump here, hang off the ledge here, and then shimmy across. When I say this every time, there's no way that I ever would have tried that in a million playthroughs of this game. None. There's no chance. None. Now, if I was able to press M and see an X on the map there, I go, okay, I need to go there. And then when I get there, the X moves over here. And I can go, cool, that's where I need to go next. And then I can move to that location and continue playing the game and continue enjoying the game because I have some level of navigational assist to tell me where to go. Instead of being completely aimless and lost and not knowing where to go and not knowing what to do and having to find an external guide to tell me where to go next. And there are so many mechanics, there are so many things mechanically that would fix that problem if they were just implemented into the game. If you had a map, a mini map, a map that you can pull up and put down that just shows you where you're supposed to go. If you don't want to go that far, put some kind of an objective. Like, the Notebook is a good step in the right direction. The Notebook is a genuine improvement to at least give me some sort of direction. But it doesn't solve the systemic issue of I don't know where to go or what to do. Understood. And I feel like that will never... That will just... Until that is resolved, and I don't feel like I have to spend all of my time getting frustrated because I just can't figure out where to go next, that the franchise will just continue to be this thing that frustrates the hell out of me because I'm just aimless and lost. That is, assuming that they want to keep the complex level design. If that changes, and the developers is Crystal Dynamics, I believe, is the next suite of developers that make Legend and Anniversary and Crystal Dynamics, the lads that make the next three, Legend, Anniversary, and Underworld. Underworld is the game. Hello, Mr. Skeleton Knight. How are you doing? You either have to implement some sort of navigation, or you have to drastically cut back on how complex the levels are. I mean, you don't have to. But if you don't, if they didn't, then the frustration meter will certainly increase. Don't get me... Oh. Don't get me wrong, the gameplay here is a dramatic improvement over the first. So I have to exit this, stop moving, press RB once, press RB again, and now I can move. Like, why would they design it? Why would they design it that way? Why? It just doesn't make sense. I have to keep reminding myself of the context of the time that these games were made. That these games were made before it was established. You gotta be kidding me. These games were made before it was established that you just needed one button for a crouch. You just press a button and your character crouches, and you press a button and your character stops crouching. That was not industry standard back then. That was not a thing that games had back then. Now, they were changing, but when you're being asked to make a game every year for 5 years, and then you're being asked to make this game, I was not holding forward at all in any way, shape, or form on the left thumbstick. At all. None. Zero. None. You have fucking got to be kidding me. Please stomp. Do I feel stronger now?
I'm not strong
No, I gotta get stronger. I gotta get stronger first. I gotta interact with random door, and then I feel stronger. Oh yeah, see? Wow.
My strength is
My strength is increasing. Terrible mechanic, this one. Hey, we found the shotgun at least, finally. My strength is increasing. My strength. She returns to me. I have strength now. I can open the door. Because I couldn't do it before. So let me get this straight. Kicking down the door allows me to get the strength to kick down the door. Oh, it does have reflections on the original. Some of the textures on the original look better than some of the remastered textures do. Like these have more like texture to them. These are more uniform. The character models on the newer textures look great. But the character models on the original look fine as well. I don't understand the need to remaster this one. The original is for sure, but uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no, not the dart trap. And to give at least a little bit of positivity, Aspyr has done a dang up job in remastering. They've stayed very true to the original vision of the games, without dramatically changing a whole lot of the mechanics. The only I'm not sure where to go here, by the way. The only parts of the gameplay that are frustrating... Oh, there's a lever. The only parts of the gameplay that are frustrating... I'm not sure what that did for me. Even possible to get through these? Just go, we go. Nothing here. What happens when she gets poisoned to death? Yes. And I'm still alive. Ugh. Fuck me. I don't even remember what I was talking about before that.